Yeah, they fit into one.
How many are you setting out for me?
Only 12, but have 960. Leave those in too.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Alright, easier thing.
Look to your right.
Holy freak, train. You guys are gonna enter model coming in hot.
Most people in my family think it's a big waste of time. My dad and my brothers, they're really big into like hunting and fishing and stuff like that, and I am too. They'd rather I spend more time doing those things. Plus, you know, if I buy model trains and stuff, they think that's a waste of money, but I don't think it is. If it's something you enjoy, then I don't think it's a waste of money.
Dispatcher 5.
Right now, we got a loaded coal coming our way. Just met a Z train in Murdoch sighting, and I'm not sure where this coal train's coming from or where it's going, but we'll find that out later. So for now, we'll just shoot it. But my name's Matt Paulson. I've been watching trains probably ever since I was a little boy. Grew up near Heber City, so I had the opportunity to be around the Heber Valley Railroad, the tourist railroad there.
So RAILFAN is someone who is interested in rail history, taking pictures of trains, modeling their favorite railroad using classic models and whatnot, and yeah, pretty much all sorts of that kind of stuff. So I'm Jacob Lyman. I'm a native of Tooele, Utah. I'm one of the contributors of the Desert Empire blog and Facebook page. I sort of, I write posts, I post pictures. I mean, I like writing about, sort of the stuff I see around me. I especially like visiting places where railroads used to be, but they aren't anymore, and kind of seeing like, oh look, there was a train track here, and there once was a history attached to this place. And I definitely like also seeing, the trains that we see today, because, they're big, they're loud, they look cool and make lots of noise, and what's not to love about that?
I'd say Union Pacific's my favorite, just because that's what I grew up around. I think the Rio Grande, even though they don't exist anymore, would be a second favorite. I really wish maybe I had been born 10 years sooner to see more of them. I have some vague memories of them as a child. They knew how to run a railroad. Hi, I'm Sean. I think it was when I was younger. Saturday mornings, my mom would take me to get a donut, and we'd go. My dad worked at Geneva Steel, so we'd go down by Geneva and maybe visit with him, and then there's all the trains and stuff running right there, and it got to the point where I'd just like to go down and watch the trains, so she'd take me down. We'd watch trains go by and stuff. Well, we've got a really great group of guys on social media, and we've had events where we've gone and toured facilities. We've had events where we'll go out on a Saturday and pick a specific location and just watch trains and take pictures and videos in that area. and it's been really fun to get everybody together.
Alright guys, I got a train.
Oh, hold on, I'll get the train real fast.
There's a train! There's a train! What the hell?
How dare you!
Okay, I don't have a train, but one already passed. The ITSA-HX already passed.
Oh, wow.
I think we missed it. Because my phone didn't update in time. Pass at 7:15. So it's long. Unless we want to chase it back up.
I'm all for. Yeah,
We head towards
I went to
Milford.
MSCWC.
Let me check where that train is. We'll get a lot of westbounds today.
Good.
So that'll be good for lighting.
Yep. Oh, that's comfortable.
Okay, Pat's bloomed 20 minutes ago. Should be into Milford in about half hour, 45 minutes. So we can go down and meet it there. The MWCMP's at Milford right now too.
Alright,
So there will be 2 manifests switching out Milford.
alright, let's
Let's go. So.
Okay, I'm gonna top off my tank in Delta. Someone usually has an idea of something, and then they'll suggest it to the group, and then it usually goes from there. Then we try to set a date and try to go do it.
Well, we have our little event to do our railfanning thing. So they decided we're going to hit the Lindell Sub, which is basically Union Pacific's name for this stretch of track, which used to be part of the Los Angeles and Salt Lake Railroad. And somehow they decided we're going all the way to Milford.
Milford's a crew change spot on the Union Pacific Lindell Sub. It connects the Union Pacific Lindell Sub with the Caliente Sub. So train crews coming out of Las Vegas will stop there and usually catch a train back to Vegas, vice versa with Salt Lake City. We, whenever we rail fan with 2 vehicles, we always have walkie-talkies so we can communicate effectively without losing each other. So, all right, how about you just clear the road of the cows for us, and we'll just follow close behind. Oh my gosh! Thank you, thank you. You're doing a great job.
That's so hard. Self-charged.
I need to leave.
Shouldn't be too long. It's on the pole now.
What is?
WCMP. Yeah.
Oh, did you get it?
Well, a couple of models. Oh, it's coming.
There it comes.
So.
train. We can go home now.
You can.
I think something nice about trains is they give a sense of identity to a location oftentimes. I think, you know, I grew up in a town called Tooele where there used to be a railroad there, and even though that railroad was long gone before I was even born, that sort of gave me a sense of identity for my hometown, and I like seeing that in other places too, whether it be here in the middle of nowhere, Milford, or up in Salt Lake City, or in other places across the nation and world. There's a train all the way on the other side over there that's going to pull out, and that's the one everyone's really excited for, so it's just 30-minute wait.
Although I really like that it's a hobby that gets me outdoors. I don't have to sit inside all day, and I like going places like where we're at today, out in the desert, and I like the people, meeting people that share my hobby. You mean
cab.
standard cab?
Yeah, standard cab.
Okay, standard cab, that's like the original what they had before they had the safety cab. It is a standard cab, I know.
It is a standard cab. I told you it was a standard cab. It wasn't just an NS unit, it was old fashioned.
And he says he loves trains.
We're kind of excited to see this standard cab, mostly because, well, first, it's from a railroad that's not the Union Pacific, but more so the standard cabs, you know, they were sort of the prevalent design of trains done by GE in like the 80s and early, like, you know, mid 80s, kind of late 70s, and they're being retired like really fast. Union Pacific has almost gotten rid of all of theirs. I had no idea that Norfolk Southern still had some. Lo and behold, we show up here and we're like, behold, like the past has arrived. Like it's a really cool relic to see, and it's nice to see it still running and not in a scrapyard.
So are these yours? You get them all? I love the. Oh, oops.
I am Sean Norris. I'm currently a high school student, aspiring engineer in terms of construction, although railroading is a hobby, although I don't want it to be a job.
Micro scale decal set for yellow.
So I'm pretty well known in the community. I'm currently on the board of directors for a local model railroad festival or a train show in the state of Utah. Among that, I'm an active member in a couple different groups. I operate in many different layouts, privately owned across the valley. Sage helper crew to dispatch.
Stage helper, this is dispatch.
Now you're on the right channel.
Yeah, can you please flip switch 25 so it's in, so I can tack these helpers onto the back of the train?
I gotta get this.
Copy that. Signal indication. CNW 8019 out.
I think with railfanning, you sort of get the impression it's like, I'm a young guy, I'm in a hobby that's full of old people who are like, the hobby is dying out, there's no young people, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm the young people, I'm just me, by myself, young guy. So it's sort of funny, with Facebook I started meeting the actual people, and it's like, hold it, there's a lot of young people who are getting into this. And I remember the first time I met Sean, he was at the Hostler's train show, and he messaged me, he's like, hey, you want to go see this heritage unit coming through? And I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting there at the station with my dad, and I'm thinking, I'm like, you know, this like 56-year-old man is going to walk out, he's going to be like, hey, I'm Sean, and we're sitting there, and Sean's messaging me, he's like, my train arrived, and I'm like, okay, I'm watching the people come out, and I'm like, in my mind, like, where's the 56-year-old man? And then this teenager walks up to me, hi, I'm Sean, and I'm like, there's young people in this hobby, I'm not it's like, I'm older than this guy, holy crap. you know, for a hobby which definitely seems sort of old-fashioned, sort of not what you think most kids would be getting into these days, there's actually, it's sort of growing. If people don't want to admit it, it is. There's a lot of younger people actually picking up, chasing out trains. I think I'm racing this little kid on the train. Oh, I think I just
Basically what we have here is a model railroad show. What you'll find here is like a large gathering of people that like to model the actual railroads. And basically, as pictured here, you got model trains just about everywhere. You can purchase model trains, you can run model trains, you can just see modular layouts that people put together, and even you can run on a train simulator. So all in all, it's just a fun event for the family, fun event for the railroaders, fun event for the railroading enthusiasts, and it's all in all a good time.
I'll go with this one. I mean,
Yeah, no, same here.
This-
I'm gonna go with this one.
that one's like the same, just different colors.
Yeah, the maroon. I like the maroon.
The digital photography, I think, is definitely making it easier now. So people who have an interest in trains, they won't be turned off like, well, I can't afford $100 of Kodachrome film to go chasing trains. Now it's just you need the camera. You need your cell phone, honestly, in some cases. That's all you need. So it's kind of fun just knowing it's like, you know, the hobby is kind of growing. Even if the old curmudgeons don't want to admit it, it's growing.
Train watching or rail fanning as a dying hobby I don't believe that at all.
No.
At one time, I'm with Jacob, I believed that I was indeed the youngest one. But through a series of odd coincidental meetups, I discovered that there is indeed rail fans younger than me, some older than me, but all in all, it's for everybody. There's no one particular age group that's left out of the hobby.
Our group events, they've been a lot of fun. I mean, we've been organizing them over Facebook. It's really funny until social media is sort of changing the hobby, I think, because I felt it used to be more of a lone wolf type of thing for me, where it's like, I'm the only guy I know who does this, I am going to go stand by the tracks, post online, and there must be some other weirdo online who's going to pick up on it. But it's definitely, with Facebook and social media, it's become a social hobby, and we've been doing a lot more group events. So going out to the train shows, going out to places to take pictures of trains, just getting together, and sometimes just if it's even just standing in one place hoping to see whatever rolls by, it's happening. It's becoming more of a social hobby for me.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get on the schedule and see if I can make it out in February, up to
Echo
Fest.
It's Echo Fest. It's something they've been planning for a while. Sort of a winter RAILFAN shooting event. It's late enough in the winter though. I was actually hoping it would be a spring RAILFAN event by now, but not quite yet. The snow showed up the other night and definitely turned this into a winter photo shoot.
Yeah, like, I just think it's like, I mean, if you've ever pulled anything this kind of
It was a Friday and it was coming into my grandpa's coming out of Rosehill.
We got a younger crowd here today. I think just the older crowd, a lot of them just weren't able to make it. And as well, I think older rail fans, like we kind of discussed, they are not quite as into this newer form of railroading. I think they kind of miss the old days. And also, a lot of our group is younger rail fans. I mean, there's not a lot of rail fans that are older. And I think a big reason that is because we're not able to reach out to the older generation of rail fans as much because they don't use social media. Now, I do know a lot of older rail fans that would probably love to come to this, but we can't really communicate with them because they are not on social media. So maybe if we did a better job of letting them know about these events, we'd have a more of a mixed age coming to these events.
That would have been great. I would have. No, you just gotta wear the thing.
Come check this out. So we were chasing the manifest this morning, which turns out to be the Roger. You showed up right as the Roger was running around the corner.
Roger's like my favorite manifest.
Some people go out and they like the locomotives. There's all kinds of different locomotives, and they like to take pictures of all the different models and stuff. And some people like to go out and they like to get the really cool shots where the trains go through the canyons and stuff. It's not just the trains, it's the landscape too that the trains move through.
We just saw our third train. It's sort of actually escaping the distance right now, but we've only been here 2.5 hours. Train 3 is always good. And there's a lot of people here. We're all over the place. We're running into each other. We're losing each other. It's sort of funny. Most of our main group is probably pulling up ahead at the Hennifer Bridge, and we're just tagging along, seeing what happens.
Right now we're at a place called Hennifer, Utah. We're on the Union Pacific Evanston subdivision. Today we're rail fanning most of the day. We have probably about 20 people out here. We've caught about 6 trains today, so it's been a good day so far.
Foamer is the derogatory term of rail fan. Foamer is the name that I think it came about from railroaders. Railroaders' name for rail fans, because apparently we foam at the mouth when we see trains, so that's where the name comes from.
A big boy has been reported in the area. Massive amounts of foam are expected in the area.
This isn't snow, this is foam. See all this? All these hills? Covered just for today.
Yeah. To me, when I think of a foamer, I think of a rail fan that's a little bit too overzealous, that screams and shouts when he sees a train, and who gets really close to the gauge when the train's coming by. And I think maybe an irresponsible rail fan is a foamer.
Any rail fan, under the right circumstances, can become a foamer, I think. So, it's a lot of us claim not to be foamers, but it happens every now and then.
What does annoy me is when rail fans do something stupid, or get too close, or because that just creates a bad image for the rest of us. It's a bad, gives us all a bad reputation with the railroad.
Had the Union Pacific eyeing us a few times. A good guy came by and took down our plate numbers, so that was interesting. But besides that, it's been a great day. We've seen some good trains.
What was that westbound stacker which came through right before this one?
That was a ZCI G1. No, the KG1 CI.
Well, we followed one stacker.
And there was another stacker in front of that one.
Yeah, the one in front of it is the one
The one
we
in front
followed.
of the coal. There was one in front of that one, and that one was
the one behind the coal train.
I forgot that symbol. I'll send all the symbols to you guys later.
Okay.
That way I don't have to burn up my phone data right now trying to find them out.
Yeah, that works.
This is one of the bigger events that's ever happened in terms of gathering, because in an organized gathering, we got a bunch of rail fans, and all in all, we all got to congregate, we all got to talk, we all got to discuss this, that, prototype, models, you name it.
and then got a blurry photo.
Got a blurry. Hey, that's how it goes.
And then the train was going too fast.
It's like only 1 in a million where your photo will work out exactly how you want to get it.
Yeah.
The younger generation that is here, we have different people from all different backgrounds, different personalities, that probably wouldn't even talk to each other in the first place if it weren't for trains. So it's a great hobby to bring people together that may be very different and bring them together for a common purpose. I think everyone's getting to know each other, and we're getting to come together, all sorts of different people from all sorts of different backgrounds coming together and watching trains.
If you're looking for us to foam, you need something better than a front runner.
Yeah.
Alright, here she comes.
Listen to the flat spot.